Okay, so I need to be I need to be bloviating and annoying. Basically, this is going to be a rant sesh. This is another, this is a vanity weight 2.0 bullshit moment where this is getting really disgusting. Okay? So, for everybody who loves to see me unhappy, we're here. We made it. So at this point, I feel absolutely horrible. And the thing is that it is self-inflicted. I'm sore all the time. These workouts are so awful. Truly. I don't even know if I'm at maintenance anymore. I'm going to be so real. I don't know. My weight is bugging the shit out of me. It's so like fluctuating and weird, and it's like I just don't know where I stand. I don't know where I stand. All my clothes fit super weird. I really think at this point too, the winter is really getting to me. And I hate it. I really hate it. And I was hoping that it would be different this year, but it's just not. It's like a disaster, or it's like, I don't know if it's a disaster. It's like a shit show. Everything is in flux. I feel like I'm in between two different worlds. I feel like everything is really difficult socially. Everything is difficult activistically. I feel like there's all these different factors, and I'm trying to do two goals at the same time, and it's basically impossible. So it's kind of like when you're an activist, you have to try to be better than the average person. But within this space, within this genre, within this sphere, I can't even talk, within this sphere, it's triggering to the TR to do better. So people get upset by that. On top of that, I am not like extroverted or charming or whatever at all. And I was doing okay, kind of. But now, like these workouts and all this stuff, especially this late in the winter, it's starting to drive me insane. And I'm starting to get irritable again. And I'm starting to get annoyed in general. And like kind of angry and this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm getting acne too. So I definitely think there's some testosterone fluctuation going on. I got like this huge zit on my shoulder, and I was like, okay. Which I think it's from the actual workouts. It's just a lot. And then there's a lot of other signs of some fat burning going on. But I'm just so bloated, and I'm having a lot of starch, so it's super bloaty. But I need it because I need energy, and it's just a lot. It's just a shit show. I don't know how else to put it. And I'm kind of nervous about February. Like, I have a feeling things will change in February for the better, but I think it's going to be hard. I just do. As I'm not like super deep in a deficit at all, I'd say this is pretty shallow. I still have energy and stuff, so I need to like put more focus on my career. And I need to change certain things in my life. Like I have to change my routines. I'm still kind of dealing with that phase of like shifting gears. So it's just a lot. It's like a lot on my mind, and I feel like I can't think that clearly. I'm not super anhedonia-ish, but it's like I'm also not totally not. I feel like I've been in a long migraine, or I've been like on the verge of a migraine almost every day for the past 2 weeks. Like today, I don't feel a migraine, but I feel like I could. It's like my body is like, and I feel like I'm constantly in a pre-dome, post-dome. It's like it's constantly happening all the time, which is really annoying. It's good because it means like my creativity is returning, my emotions returning, all these things are returning. But there is like a cost to not having the anhedonia, because I have to start dealing with my emotions. on a daily basis, all the time, constantly. And my emotions are really annoying. It's super whiplashy. It's like I'm up and down. I feel happy. I feel sad. I feel angry. I feel stressed. I feel calm. I feel this. Like I don't sleep as well. Like, and so I feel like all the downsizing stuff is kind of coming back in. But it's like I have no results at all, which is so fucking annoying because I hate that feeling so much. If there's one thing I absolutely hate about vanity weight, it is the feeling of a deficit and getting no result, or being swollen, having swelling, and holding on to water. And so nothing shows. And it is so annoying. Like I don't even know, because this shit is hard still. You know, it's not as hard as it was. Like, I don't want to say it is. It's not. But this is like, it's just really irritating. This is like a very irritating phase of this journey. And like physically irritating. Like, I did my chest. My chest is so fucking sore today. And I feel like I'm always at the gym. I'm starting to hate it. And I don't like that. That's not great. But I'm starting to hate the gym. I'm having like these feelings of deep ambivalence about the gym. So it's like I need to go. I'm not happy if I'm not going in the day. And I'm not happy when I'm going in the day. Which is like, oh my God. So this is my own like emotional gridlock, or like that tension, you see? And I feel like there's a lot of that in my life right now, where it's like there's all these goals that do not align at all. And I have to like literally make decisions, and I'm just really looking at what the next 6 months is going to be like. And I'm just like, oh my God, I think this is going to be really hard. I think it's going to be really hard. And I feel like I did well enough last year that I can accomplish what I'm trying to do, but it's like such a narrow path, and I have to be so careful still, especially right now, because that's the thing too. Like, I talk about it a lot on this channel, but when your emotions are returning post anhedonia, and just in general, like your emotions in general, when you're like me and your emotions are very strong and you start to have like all these reactions, and it's like you just feel so passionate about it. You know, it's like, I'm so angry at the gym, or I'm so angry about having to do this, or I'm so angry. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh. And it's like, you get in this feeling of like, nothing's good enough. Nothing's happening fast enough. You know what I mean? Like, there's still a little bit of that impatience and a little bit of that low dough. But like I said, I wouldn't consider it mid-sized princess. It's a touch of it. It's a little tiny piece of it. But it's not mid-sized princess, because these are real issues. My career issues, my branding problems, they're very real. They are dead ass real. You know, like when we're talking about it, January is usually my best month, and this month was like a normal one. That is a huge flop. Huge. That is a massive flop. And to me, it's not like a failure. And I have to try not to feel that way. But when you already are feeling like emotionally volatile, or like on edge, because a lot of the shit you're doing is just, it's too much. You know, it's like I'm trying to go to the gym and build all these muscles and do all this stuff, but I have to work and I don't feel good. It's hard to work. You know, things are stagnant work-wise too. Like January is really hard for me. It just always is. So it's like the money aspect is really bugging me. And all this stuff is just really fucking irritating me, like to the next level. And I'm just a little touchy, you know? And then it's like, I don't want to say that because I don't want people to feel like they can't talk to me or whatever, because I'm trying to get over all that. You know what I mean? So it's like, because a lot of my issues too, they're not going to get better by being alone. They're not. I think I've reached a point in my journey and a point in my spiritual development and a point in all this stuff where being by myself is not going to help anything. So like if I were to just be like, I'm just going to take a break from social media and I'm just not going to talk about anything ever, like that wouldn't actually help. Because I think if anything, I'm not being social enough. I'm not involved enough because it's creating other issues. So it's kind of like, it's this feeling of like social, career, physical gridlock, which is just awful. It's really disgusting. And I don't see this having an easy solution. I'm not going to disappear for 6 months, you know. This is going to be going on for a while and I have to deal with it. And so I'm mad at that too, you know, because I think sometimes when we reach a certain goal or we get somewhere, we think it'll be a certain way. And it's like, I was going into 2026 pretty optimistic. I was feeling like this is going to be so much easier this year. I'm not really going to have to downsize that much or hardly at all. I'm going to be so much happier, you know, all this stuff, right? Things are going to be great, da 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 da. And I'm just seeing like, no. And it's not that things are terrible. They're not. They're not terrible. If it was just horrible, I feel like it's almost like it would be easier to deal with. Because when things are just awful, it's easier to give up. It's easier to just be like, okay, well, this is a failure. I'm going to have to just quit or whatever. But it's like, no, I have a real shot. I have a lot of shots at success. I have a shot at success on YouTube. I have a shot at success activistically. I have a shot at success vanity weight wise. I have a shot at success romantically. I have a shot at success socially. I have a shot here. And I don't want to piss it away. And I don't want crazy emotions to get in the way of my goals. And it's like, how do I balance that? Because a lot of times people will just say, or they'll act like, well, why don't you just turn off your emotions? Or why do you care? Or just don't care about things. And it's like, that doesn't work for people like me. Because the only way that I could turn off emotion is if I were to just viciously suppress, either get on some drugs, which I don't really want to do because they interfere with thyroid health and all that stuff, and I just don't think it's worth it. Or I'd have to return to the TR, basically. And I think that was a huge one of my reasons. One of my 13 reasons why I was in it was because it's a lot to deal with my own emotions. It's irritating. And this is not necessarily even just like downsizing related or whatever. Like, this is me. This is the anhedonia going away. So then it's like I'm constantly having to fight impulses or fight like, oh, I don't even care. I just want to eat more today. It's like I have to fight shit like that. Or I don't want to go to the gym. It's ugly. I have to fight that. And I don't know, like when I was super anhedonia-ish or just even kind of getting there, like towards November, December, January, those, you know, these months, I was really strong, especially December and the start of January. It's kind of easier because you're just kind of in like this robotic state where it just doesn't matter because you just don't really feel anything that much. But I don't feel that way anymore. I'm like, no, I want to couch rot. I want to bed rot. I want to be lazy. I want to just lay down all day. I want to stare at my lava lamp and just look at it. And it's like, that's not productive, or that's not going to work. You know, that's not going to make your dreams come true. That's not going to do anything for you. But then it's that same issue that I had like about a year ago where it's like, well, I'm never having fun. I'm never doing anything. And I don't know. It's just everything is so stagnant still, you know? It's driving me literally insane. Like, I wish, I don't know. Like, I wish people could understand how stagnating, like how awful stagnation actually feels. And it's not even that bad. I know it's not that bad. I know that some of the stagnation factor, it'll probably go away within like a month or something, or I'll probably see some progress. Like, I think it's just like a bad moment in time. But when you're in these moments where things feel stagnant, it's really hard to maintain a sense of self-control as a very emotional person. It's very hard. You know, you want to escape, you want to run, at least I do. These are moments when it's like, I want to run from this stuff. I don't want to deal with it. I don't. It's not easy at all. It really fucking isn't. It's frustrating. And I know some of it is kind of pedestrian, but it's like, just because people have it worse than me, it doesn't mean that I'm not frustrated, you know? And it's like, I'm sick of that aspect too, of that like comparison aspect. Like, it doesn't always have to be a competition or a comparison or these kind of things. Like, but within this sphere, it is that way. And I chose to choose, you know, to fight that. So it's like, I get it. I do get it. Genuinely, I get it. But that's where I'm saying, like, the goals are just misaligning. And I feel like it's happening in a lot of different ways, where it's like, when I was anhedonia-ish, all I wanted was my feelings back. And then they come back and I'm like, never mind, I don't. And it's like, it's kind of giving delusional. You know, it's like, I think this is a huge part of my delusion. And part of my TR delusion is like that everything is under control or something. And it's like, it's not. I can't necessarily control my emotions. And I think that that's hard for people to accept sometimes. Like, what we can control is our reactions to our emotions, which I think is very important. So there's a huge difference between an emotion versus our reaction to that emotion. And so what is the reaction to the emotion? I'm talking about it right now. So that's something that's helping me, but it's also something that I want to share, because I do think that this feeling is common. So it can help within the activistic goal, and I want to try to explain things too. So I'm trying to accomplish multiple goals at once, which is hard to do. And I've been doing that a lot. You know, I did that to like the 20,000th degree in 2024, kind of like late 2024, basically the small, fat, and mid eras. I got a lot of shit done during that time. I did a lot of things personally, activistically, physically, relationally, a lot of stuff. It was crazy. And I feel like I have to kind of do that again, but it's like, I was a little bit numb. You know, I was a little bit low dose. So for me, it's like when you're low dopamine and then you're kind of numb a touch, it's easier to just do it. And I don't have that anymore. I lost my superpowers, you know, it's gone. It's over. I'm a basic bitch again. I'm who I was before I was ill, which was a hot mess. I feel like a hot mess again. And it's like, oh my God, this is hard. Like, no wonder I struggled so bad. Like, this is hard to deal with. And it's like, people love emotional people, or people love responsiveness a lot. It's engaging, it's creative, it's fun. And even in some cases, it's very sexy to people, especially like more masculine minded people, because it's a very feminine trait to be very responsive and like especially emotionally responsive. But the flip side of that is volatility, which is not fun, and nobody likes that. So it's like, everybody likes you to be emotional and engaging and responsive, but everybody hates you to be volatile. And I just don't think it gets enough credit. I really don't. I don't think people get enough credit for like, yeah, it's like, we love a real queen. We love an honest queen until we don't. Until it's not what we want to hear. You know, it's just hard, which I know this is kind of pedestrian, And I'm aware that it is, but it still matters. It does. It's like, this is why people don't lose weight publicly, because of shit like this. And all I can do is try to like be the canary, the jacket wearing canary in the coal mine, and just kind of say like, this is why you never see it. Because you literally, like, I literally cannot win right now. So I have to decide career-wise what loss I'm going to deal with. And I'm going to be around for those that are supportive and great and whatever and not jealous. I'm leaning on your guys' side. So I'm going to just have to deal with the salt, basically, because I think it's probably the better decision. And I think that those people who are salty and weird and super TR-ish, when I get above average body-wise, they'll just flip all of a sudden because it's like weird. So I think it'll be easier later on. Like, I don't think it'll always be this hard. I think it's this specific time. But, and I know that people don't like it when you talk about being a creator or this kind of stuff, but it's just, I just need to. I just do. I just do. I need to talk about it. But I do think it applies to people that aren't activists too. I really do. I think that there are tensions there where it's like, I'm trying to advance in other areas of life, but I'm sacrificing a lot for my aesthetic goals. And it's awful. But I'm not allowed to say anything about it, or I'm not allowed to complain about it because it's something I'm choosing. Which, for those of y'all who can just shut up and do it, like I said, I have respect, but I'm not that person. I'm just not. And while I am irritated right now by my life, I'm not like terribly miserable or hopeless. Like I said, it's actually more of a pressure of hope. I actually have a lot of hope. And that hope is why I have to keep going every day. So I think that you have to think about it sometimes in that sense. And sometimes it's about continuing because there's hope. Because you could make it work. You are seeing some levels of progress, even if it feels slow. And I feel like that's what I'm leaning on these days, is like that sense of hope and that sense of duty and responsibility for the hope. And also honoring my past efforts and finishing it through to the end, which is really hard. And I'm realizing like these are just kind of maturity things. But for me, it was something I really struggled with, you know, before I got really, really sick. And so I feel like that's another thing too, is like those issues that perhaps we leaned on the TR for at times when we weren't as bad health-wise, they're not necessarily just gone because you're out of it. You're not gonna have 100% like miraculous change in every single area of your life, even psychologically. Even if you do so much work, it's one of those things that it kind of never ends, or you just get back to a baseline, and then it's like you still have the problem you had before. And for me, I've had problems with discipline. I've had problems with follow through. I've had problems with this kind of stuff, and I don't like feeling like I can't win or like I have to choose a loss. It's anxiety inducing, it's paralyzing, but I can, and I'm going to. Like I said, I'm leaning with the people who support me. So that's not a bad decision. Or, you know, that's not a hard decision, I guess I should say. But it's like, damn, this is going to be hard. There are no easy solutions. And I think I just want to build a support network. You know, that's what I want to do. And that's in terms of other creators and in terms of, you know, my true blue followers and stuff like that. And so I want to work to make more of a sense of community activistically on the channel and stuff. So that there's a lot of changes that are going to happen in February. I need to make major changes. And I can, because I have the energy still. But navigating all that while my irritability and like my mood and stuff is souring a little bit, it's just tough. And I have to function. Like I can't do what I did last year and just go crazy. I can't. You know, sometimes the crash out has to end, because sometimes things are really hard. And a crash out, it's not going to help a precarious situation or a high pressure situation. And I think that that's what happens in life sometimes. Sometimes things are high pressure and you can't crash out. And I'm learning that now. And thank God I was able to last year, because holy shit, what a fucking year that was. But this isn't the time. I gotta stay in control of my emotions or in control of my reactions to those emotions. If I want my dreams to come true, if I want things to progress, then I'm gonna have to deal with it. And especially with this floputation aspect, where my reputation is really bad. And I am not a likably happy person. When I'm happy, people don't like me. It annoys them when I'm happy. And there's nothing I can do about that. You know, that's just my personality. So it's like, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I'm just struggling. I'm really struggling with motivation right now. It's like, I need to try to work. I need to try to go to the gym. I need to do something. And I'm just like, like they're both kind of clashing goals. And it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't always know what to prioritize or what I should prioritize, or like, it's kind of like a decision fatigue, you know, it's hard. And I'm like, this is gonna happen for like months. So I need to get used to this right now. I need to wake the fuck up. This is gonna be not like a day or a moment in time or a twinkle in time. This is a moment in your career. This is a moment in your activism. This is a moment in your life where you have to get your shit together and you have to move forward and you have to hold it together. And that is just tough after already working so hard for years. It's like, I'm tired, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.